I'm going to do a bit of a strange video with the point of view setup. So it looks okay when I've got the point of view camera, but it does look pretty funny when you see me from the outside. So I was sent one of these to review, and I was really kind of hoping I'd be sent one of these actually, because they're quite expensive, and I really wanted to test them out. So it's a battery-powered tyre inflator. And it comes in this nice little bag actually, with all the accessories that you need. So here's the main inflation hose, and then you've got a cigarette lighter charger and a normal USB charger there as well. And then it just literally clips on there, and you're ready to go. I always kind of thought with this car, I wondered actually if we needed to air down the tyres for a bit of off-road traction. I know this situation is not that, but you know, you never know when you might want to do that for a bit of extra grip in the snow or whatever. Would one of these battery tyre inflators have enough in one charge to replenish the air from 18 psi back up to normal for road use on one charge? Now obviously the reality is you can use this straight off the cigarette lighter as well, so it's actually not a massive issue. If it runs out, you can just go back to the normal way. But obviously using one of these cigarette lighter inflators is so annoying. You have to plug it in and feed the cable around. It's just generally a massive hassle. And then you want to run the engine because you're worried it's going to flatten the car battery and all the rest of it. So let's just test it out. So what I'm going to do is going to air down all the tyres to about 18 psi. We're going to use this to check that, and then we're going to use this to re-inflate it. $18.5, that'll do. $18 psi. So this Yantu Tire Inflator's got these capacitive buttons on the top. I'm not normally a fan of those, but I've actually tested it with this all wet, and it does actually seem to respond to my fingers pretty well. And it seems to be sensitive enough to work even with gloves on, even with gloves that aren't actually rated for touch screens or anything like that. So I don't think it's going to be a real problem in real life. So you've got these different memory positions where it'll save the target PSI, which is pretty cool. 18, there we go. $17.5. Okay, so let's give this a go. We're going to see if it can get them all back up to 33, 36. All right, so we need 36 at the back. So we can just adjust that with this one. 36. Actually doing pretty well. Seems to be going quite fast. Good girl. He's a good girl. In you go. I'm just going to stand over here so you can hear me a bit better. It's quite loud. Not super loud, but yeah, definitely. Yeah, tyre inflators are loud, aren't they? So these tyres are 19-inch 55 profile tyres. So they're pretty chunky. They're not like obviously super off-road Jeep size tyres. The American audience will definitely not think these are big tyres. For the UK, they're definitely pretty chunky. They're not super low profile, and they're pretty large diameter. There's quite a lot of air in there. We haven't lost any bars. It's got 3 bars that represent the battery on it. It's still showing 3. I've got to say I'm really pleased with this car. I've had a big shake up. I used to have the Tesla. I've sold that and got a Nissan Leaf and one of these. And the combination of those 2 cars paid for by the equity in the Tesla, so no more monthly repayments going out. And the combination of these 2 cars are obviously very much more versatile for us than just one Tesla. The small Nissan Leaf is a better small car than the Tesla, and this is a better big car than the Tesla. So amazing really that the economics of this works out the way it does. The Nissan actually kind of pays for itself in terms of its own depreciation, which allows us to run this car, obviously, which would be kind of prohibitively expensive if we were to do all our miles in it. Check out my other channel though, where I'm going to look in much more detail at the cars. Oh, hey, there we go, done. So let's see if we've lost a bar of battery. Yes, we have. We're down to 2. Right, we're 36 psi at the back. Great. This is pretty warm. Obviously, we did lose a little bit there when we disconnected this. So I'm going to just do these all straight back to back. I'm not letting this cool down or anything like that. So if there's an overheating issue, we'll we'll see about it. 19.5. Oh, interestingly, the battery's gone back up to 3. That wasn't, so this isn't quite 18. Let's a little bit more out. 19, that'll do. That's a weird kind of Inception style filming myself, filming thing going on. I'm putting together a little kit actually where this lives. So it lives in this bag. Let's just have a little look at what's in here. So we've got a little jack here and the handle for that, little shovel, emergency triangle, first aid kit, spare bulbs, fleecy blankets and spare water over there. Welly boots in these useful bags, which keeps the dirt inside, not all over the car, which is pretty cool. Gotta love the Discovery tailgate here with the split tailgate. Really nice to be able to just sit on the back here and look out. Right, the battery indicator is flashing between 1 and 2 now. It's possible we'll only get 3 wheels done. There we go, 36. Showing 1 bar left of the 3. Not very encouraging for the potential to do all 4 tyres. But we'll keep going and we'll see. Oh God, that's really hot. Okay, so that's saying 19. Interesting, when I was reading this, this definitely did say 18, so I don't know why it's doing that. Okay, so we're going to drop the target to 33 for the front. Starting to sound like it's running out of beans, actually. I think we might have to go to the cigarette lighter for the last wheel. Nope, it's dead. 28 psi. Okay, so cigarette lighter now. Going to run the engine. Pretty disappointing, but at least we get to test this one out. Okay. Back in action. Definitely running a bit faster after 12 volts. There we go.
So we found its limit. I mean, otherwise a pretty cool little unit, and certainly pretty useful for just topping up your tyres and making sure your pressure's correct, and useful to have handy for things like bicycle tyres and things like that. But otherwise, yeah, it seems to be, it's a pretty capable unit. It didn't take too long to pump up these tyres, and we didn't suffer from any overheating issues either. Although it would be nice just to have a bit more battery capacity.